Okay. Planet Coaster 2 first look. Let's go. This is a live first look from Frontier on what we could expect in Planet Coaster 2. Let's go. Guys, today in the video, guys, we're going to take a look at 26,941 things that you've missed in the Planet Coaster 2 trailer. Guys, they're adding the color Blurgenta. Confirmed. Blurgenta confirmed to the color palette. That's called Queen Splash. Confirmed. You probably missed that. Her crown is actually shaped like a splash. 109th thing that you missed is that font that they used is called Verdana.
Welcome to Frontier Unlocked. Cool. It is the 7th one of the year. We've flown through the year, and welcome back, Chantel. It's a big one, everyone. Chat. We've been watching chat go nuts.
Wow.
We are keeping an eye. So yes, we have a lot of Planet Coaster 2 information for you today.
Confirm.
Eating very, very well. Love to the chat. I saw in there Sammy said love Frontier, so love back to you, Sammy. I've been told apparently this is something to do with my generation. The heart I use is, I don't know what it is, but love back to you. So we've got a lot of stuff to go through. We've got some guests for you as well. We've got some gameplay to show you as well, but we've got some housekeeping as well, haven't we, Chantel? So do you want to go through some of the bits?
Everything. So to start,
I love those posters.
A paint job.
Those are actually very cool.
Dangerous, and it is called the Solar Beam.
Ooh.
And this is
Did anyone here play Elite Dangerous in chat? I want to get back into this game.
So nice, fancy new ship paint.
There we go. So just watch the show for 20 minutes. I'm sure you will, because there's a lot to watch. And
I don't like those paint jobs though, but I like those ships, not the paint jobs.
You won't be able to have it. So just watching 20 minutes will earn you those drops. We also have a competition.
Oh, they have drops on.
Actually, some really, really cool prizes this time to celebrate the announce of Planet Coaster 2. Right. Now, look, I've been really excited to talk about Planet Coaster 2 because ever since we did Unlocked, show number 1, I heard people in chat telling me...
I like Elite Dangerous. I don't play it as much as I should, though.
Planet Coaster 2. It's the guys that are building the game, make the game, right? But anyways, we're here now. I've been waiting to say this for a long time, haven't I?
You have.
Can I say it?
Of course you can.
All right. World premiere.
Ooh. Oh, new trailer. Let's go. Ma'am, that was a shallow end. Oh, deep dive. Okay, it was the deep end. Coasters and water park combined.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director. And I'm Adam Woods, Senior Executive Producer. And we are really excited to show you the very first look at Planet Coaster 2 in this first deep dive video. We're going to take a look at the combination of water parks and roller coaster parks. So let's dive in.
Ooh.
Rich, what is Planet Coaster 2?
Planet Coaster 2 is the sequel to the original Planet Coaster, the game we all know and love. It's a creative management sim about building and designing those amazing theme parks, kind of running a successful park, making sure your guests are happy and spending money so you can keep building it and expanding it. And it's about sharing those creations as well. And in Planet Coaster 2, we're bringing those amazing water parks that have been requested by our community for many years now into a game that you know and love.
Speaking of water parks, we are here already in the water park area of this theme park that we've built already.
Look at that.
This is a work in progress sandbox from one of our development builds, but you can see our guests are already enjoying the pool that
there's a lifeguard in there already.
Pop that down quite quickly using the new pool tool, where you can place geometric shapes or custom shapes as well, kind of building to your heart's content.
There's a lot of people in that pool.
In the back we have body flumes. These are constructed piece by piece, just like the roller coaster.
Oh, there's the wave pool.
You can see in the far distance as well.
Wave pool right over there.
Allowing me full creativity. I choose exactly how I want that slide to look and to work. I do have to balance, of course, excitement, fear, and nausea. Right? We don't want to over excite our guests, or maybe they do. Guests will have certain preferences and tolerances to that.
Ooh.
And we also have the rather incredible looking drop piece at the top here, vertical drop piece. Guests get in and they come shooting down the slide out into the splash pool at the end there. I think we get a good view from that point, I think, don't we?
I love the balloons.
There we go. Would you go on that?
That is not the kind of ride that appeals to me. I get motion sick and I'm afraid of heights. So neither of those things have made this flume appealing to me.
You'll also notice that we have the ability to have transparent sections of the flume as well. This is all kind of inspired by real life flumes and real life water parks. And you can, as you clearly can see here, you can also change the colours, creating a really vibrant and interesting part of your water park.
Bringing water to Planet Coaster 2 has been really exciting. It's been great. It's been a challenge as well of how we provide tools for players to create those kind of authentic looking pools of water that you see in water parks. Those kind of, sometimes they're geometric shape, they're kind of square or rectangular, or they have these kind of natural kidney bean shapes as well, making sure we have tools that allow players to build those kind of pools in their water parks. It's also how they look. And we want to make them look visually appealing for our guests. We wanted an aesthetic that is kind of that vibrant blue water that you see in that idealistic water park that we all have in our minds as well, and making sure that it looks amazing and interacts well with
cool.
your
That water
guests
slide
when
goes
they're
over
kind of
there to
flume
the
or
other
if they're
pool.
jumping into from the side as they cannonball in and things like that. So it's been great bringing that through development from a kind of basic prototype to something that looks visually amazing as well.
I think it was also an interesting point to think about the management element of what a water park needs. You know, we have the new lifeguard, the new staff type, right, which has its safety conscious people will always want to make sure that, you know, guests are okay.
This looks nice. Looks cool.
Your lifeguard station, which is manned by a lifeguard. I think they're out currently.
Oh, there he goes.
Someone's not panicking too much in the water. And there's also the economy side of the water park and how that helps me expand
selling
my
tickets
park
within the
even
park.
further. We have guest services, which are the areas where you'll buy the pool passes now.
Do you have to buy a ticket to the
monetize
park?
Access to the pools. And,
Probably.
you know, keep my economy going. We've got,
Or at least you got to buy a
Flash
ticket to the
Emporium,
pool area.
Buying all those inflatables ready.
So you
to
can't
use
just
in the pool as
charge
well.
Always
per
need those
rider
for a
on the
pool.
slide. You have to
As you
charge
say,
for the whole pool
there's
area.
the economy aspect as well, making sure you've got the price point for those
Interesting.
things right, so that they're appealing to your guests, but also high enough so that you can kind of make as much profit as possible and keep your park economy going.
Some would say the most important part of a water park would be its changing facilities.
I would say the flumes and the pools are the most important part, but
maybe. But if I can't get changed into my Speedos, then I can't get on
I
the
think
flume.
we're splitting hairs. Changing rooms are really important, though. I think you're right there.
So they buy a
And
ticket
they appear
after
in
coming
Planet
into your
Coaster 2.
park,
You have to make
then
sure
they have to
your
go
guests can
change.
access these changing rooms so they can get changed into their costumes.
Oh, that's a line.
And of course, get changed back into their clothes.
There's a line.
Ready if they want to enjoy the rest of the
Hey
park.
yo.
One of the important parts of your park are your guests. They're the whole point that we're building these big parks to keep them entertained, keep them
Get
spending
some
money,
sun.
and give them a really thrilling time. In Planet Coaster 2, we've taken the opportunity to rebuild the guests, the kind of the way they look, providing a lot more diversity, representation, and variety in the guests that are in your parks. They're also going to have more feedback into whether they're having a good time or a bad time, and we've also got them being affected by kind of bigger things in the park as well, such as the weather. The water parks giving us an opportunity to have these wonderfully hot, vibrant parks, and in Planet Coaster 2 they'll be a bit affected by things like sunburn, so you've got to make sure that they
Really?
have access to sun cream to make sure that they don't get burned.
Oh,
and they've got
another
enough
thing we get
cover
to
from the bright
sell.
sun.
So this lady's got some Factor 50 on.
I hope so as well.
I think so.
But yeah, they'll also give you that feedback of there being on a ride that's too thrilling or fearful or too nauseating as well. So you'll have that more immediate feedback from the guests themselves. onto what
Oh,
kind
that
of time
pool
they're
is
having in your
fully
park, whether it's
loaded
a
with
good one
people.
or a bad
Nobody's
one.
going to any
And
other
it's not
pool.
just guests that we've sort of gone back.
Go to
and-
the
and
other
looked at
pools.
refreshing and rebuilding. We've also taken the firm fan favourites of flat rides and coasters over to Planet Coaster 2, but we've rebuilt them really. You know, we've rebuilt them ready for more
This
creative
looks
options.
so good.
You'll see here we've got our
They designed this very well.
teacups, but they look
Look at the pool over there.
wildly different now.
The
This
Venus
has a bit of a
flytrap shape.
pass from
Look at
me
that. That's going to
on,
be for
on a
giant
queue path
tubes.
and on attaching scenery directly to rides now, and blueprints to directly to rides. Really quick and easy. Just pop it on, put it to any of the parts. That
Oh,
move.
look
The way
at
it goes,
that.
it all moves with it.
Because although this area of the park's using one of our new themes,
Oh,
our
look at the
aquatic
bubbles.
Theme,
Look at the bubbles.
teacup itself looks like it's aquatic themed as well, but that's not because it's an aquatic teacup. We built the teacups to be planar in this case, to allow us to put the aquatic scenery directly onto the rides. So some of the rides from Planet Coaster 1, from the original one that we've rebuilt, have been kind of pared back to allow us to put those scenery pieces on
to allow
in
you
Planet
guys
Coaster.
more freedom.
You
in
can
how you want
customize
to
the
theme it.
rides.
Yeah, exactly. It means that
with
you'll have a lot more
props.
options now.
That's
of,
cool. Not just paint.
I want to take a ride and put it into anywhere in my park, any theme in my park. How do I do that? Well, now
That
I've
ride
got more
looks great.
flexibility in putting scenery, putting blueprints on, and having it animate. And
You think
move
these game
around with the
designers
ride
should
itself,
design water
which is
parks IRL?
Wonderful to see. As you can see here with our teacup,
I think you're right.
with the submarine blueprint in the middle of the pedestal.
And I'm sure many eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that there's patterns on this ride as well. That's another customized option. All rides will come with predefined patterns. You can select it. And then it will appear,
that's
on certain parts
cool.
of the frame and the teacups as well here. We have the 360 power, another returning favorite in the back as well. You can see another example
hell
of
yeah, brother.
how we've used other parts of the aquatic theme to change the look and feel of this ride.
Yeah, they've added more
completely.
pipes and
it's
stuff
only
to it.
one
That's
of,
cool.
You know, different themes that are coming.
That looks
Coaster
very
2.
different.
Yeah, this one has a gradient pattern on it. We've attached some of the aquatic pieces directly to the back end of the 360 power, so it moves as the thing as it rotates around as well.
I'm glad they added all that. That looks
And
very
another
custom.
example of how just one theme can look so radically different using different colors and different sort of color palettes and ways between the two here. I suppose I've teased a little bit of what's round.
Yeah, we
back
can
at
see
that
it
part.
we can see it
I don't
over
know if
there.
I,
You keep moving the camera around to get
look.
us all excited about it.
Yes, it's not just standard body flumes that are going to come brand new to Planet Coaster 2.
Yep.
We're also looking at other varieties as well, such as the mega-looking up to 6
That's
person
cool as hell.
raft flume
Yep.
here, complete with inspired by real-life piece, the fly trap. I would definitely go on this.
That's awesome. And the kidney
think I
bean
would
shaped pool.
Brave this one
Right
actually.
up my street. As well as that, we had the plug hole here in the middle.
Also cool.
We've got the sphere, and we have the boomerang nestled in the back as well. All inspired by real life
Oh.
water rides in real life. And the other thing you'll notice quite strikingly is that the colour and the patterns on these ones are very different to what we had at the beginning. Again, new customization options to the new rides in Planet Coaster 2 means I can very quickly create these stripe patterns if I so
I like
wish
what they
to,
did with
which,
the,
gives a real visual panache.
The beach
It
chairs
looks
around the
lovely.
pool.
water park.
Really
This is
does.
good.
And
This
we
looks
have
good.
Different flumes, different slides, and we have different special pieces for those as well. We don't just have these ones. There's a lot of different pieces
one of many, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it isn't just flat rides we can customize in Planet Coaster 2. I can now also add my personal touch to any of the coasters.
This is what I was telling you guys about
I've
before.
got my whirlpool coaster at the back here. It's closed.
You can add
ready
lights
for the guests to get on
and
to,
other
because I was
decals
just
to your
adding
coasters
some
now,
scenery
not
pieces
just
to it here.
painting.
It's got
Not
an
just
aquatic
painting.
theme,
That's cool.
So I thought I'd add a ring.
Could have
to
been
the
an
front as
update.
if it's kind
Could have
of
been a DLC.
um,
Could have been a DLC and an
constructed or
update.
come straight from
But
the factory like that. And we've also
least a
got
new
these
game
really
means we get
lovely
new
light
scenarios
bars
and
from
stuff.
The resort theme, which is one of the other
Yes,
new
that's right,
themes
one of our
coming to Planet Coaster 2. And I'll just pop them on the side. And although I do still have all of the advanced object movement tools that we are used to in Planet Coaster, the original one, I didn't actually have to hand place all of these lights down the side. We have very clever tools where I can mirror from this side to the other side instantly. And I can also do twinning, which means it will apply to all of the cars in my train. But I can also then make it affect all trains in the coaster, and that's why in the background you'll also see that the second train.
So if you do it
has
to
been
one,
customized the same. I
it
didn't place
does it
all
to
of them down.
everything.
I placed that one ring, and I placed that one light bar.
Quick and easy.
Set the right options, and it appears everywhere else.
It's going to be great to
Really
see
is.
how people, our wonderful community can bring those scenery pieces and blueprints.
Mine is very.
Yours is
sort
very
of subdued or subtle.
It is incredible
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
for the time you had to get it.
Thank you.
But with time and imagination, I know the community are going to really put together the scenery pieces,
Oh, yeah.
the ability.
The
to
community's
change
gonna go
colour,
crazy.
To change the scale of objects.
Oh,
now
look
as
at that
well,
ride that's over
attach them
water.
to
That's
rides to
cool.
coaster
Yeah,
cars
we
and
haven't
come
even
with-
spoken
Or next
about
to
scaling.
water.
Yeah.
to come up with so
Look
many
nice.
wonderful creations.
Yeah, that looks
I'm really
nice.
looking forward to that. And it's not just about fan favorite rides and fan favorite coasters. We have such a big suite of rides and coasters. We also have new ones as well, such
Yeah.
as this Frenzy Thrill ride, which is going to spin our guests on in a terrifying way, in my opinion.
I wouldn't go on
I think
this
they're
one.
excited.
I
Really?
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I am a roller coaster and water ride guy. Flat rides sometimes. My belly's a bit too old these days. I feel a bit sick. The nausea rating on this one probably be a bit too high for me.
But yeah, this
Give me a
one-
good roller coaster and I'm all right.
For what it's worth, this is one of my favorite rides in the game. Me too. I would never go on it in real life, but I love the way it looks. I love the way it
does, yeah.
moves.
I do too.
I'm really excited to add it to Planet Coaster 2.
we had a look at some of the creative tools coming, and I touched on some of the new management features with the facilities and the new shop earlier. But we've got some new ones. We've got other ones, haven't we?
Yeah, as part of the water parks, we have water filtration. So you need to make sure that these pools that are being used by our guests stay nice and clean over time.
Just like
as
in
the pools
Planet
get
Zoo.
busier and busier, they're going to get dirtier and dirtier. So you need to make sure you have a water filtration system in place for your pools and your flumes. And then on your coasters, your rides and your facilities, we have a power system as well. So you need to make sure there's enough power for them to keep running and for your guests to use them.
And they'll need maintaining as well.
Exactly. You need to make sure you've got
Can't let them run out.
that spine, that essential part of running a park is the staff.
Yeah.
So making sure you have all of the appropriate staff in place, enough of them as well, make sure they're happy, paid well, and they keep their morale high. But your power and your water need to have mechanics. As do your rides, make sure they're being serviced and repaired if they break down. We've seen our lifeguards in action in our pool already. This park needs more janitors.
I was about to
It's
say,
a very dirty park.
I'm sure lots of people are saying, you need janitors in your
Yep,
park, Adam. And I
exactly.
do. Perhaps I need to hire a few more in.
Exactly. We need to
Get
make
a few
sure we've
more
got
bins about as
more
well.
bins in there. So the janitors to clean your park, make sure guests are enjoying a nice clean park. No one wants to be in a park full of litter. We have vendors for your shops. Make sure they stay open so your guests can buy their food, their drink, their souvenirs. We have ride attendants.
Yeah.
Make sure that your rides and your coasters and your flumes stay open. So your guests can keep on using them. And we have our wonderful selection of entertainers, of mascots.
Did
and
Troy
some
clean
new
those
ones in
pools? You're
Planet
damn
Coaster
right.
2 as well.
Cleanest
Let's have a
pools
sneak peek at
in all of Planet
Queen
Coaster.
Splash.
Queen Splash!
Introducing
Queen Splash.
Queen Splash.
Slay
We've
Queen.
been enjoying this deep dive in our more traditional camera view, but I think we should enjoy that coaster you've been customizing. I think we can.
Are we
enjoy
going
that
first person? Oh, here we go.
Kind of really see what the guests are going to feel.
Everybody
as well as
type
they go around
LOL
the
in
park.
chat. Put your hands up.
Not
LOL.
just your roller coasters you'll be able to experience. with
LOL,
first-person
put your
mode.
hands up.
You'll be able to
Woo!
experience all of your flat
Come on, give us
rides
the full ride.
and
Give us the
also
full ride.
your
Give us the
water
full
flumes
ride.
as well, including that very impressive looking raft boom we saw earlier. I can imagine going down that fly trap in the hot seats.
Here we go. This is too much blue, though. Too much blue for me? It's too much blue. Oh my god. Cool. Let's go.
In this
Woo!
deep dive, we've just been giving you an overview of what's going to be possible in Planet Coaster
That looks
2,
great.
bringing those
Oh,
amazing
come on.
water park visuals to the game with those, as you say, those amazing flumes and slides in their pieces. We've got our new creative tools. We have new themes and the ability to customize those rides and those coaster cars as well.
Next up, we'll have a look at the tools that you'll be using to create these parks.
Ooh.
And we can't wait to show you more. Thank you so much for watching.
More features? All right, they're going to show us more. Hold up. Hold up. They're going to show us more. That was just like a little intro of what to expect. That looks
There we
good.
go. That is a first look at some of the gameplay
Looks
for
good.
Planet Coaster 2. That was great, right? Very, very cool stuff. But we've got the stars of the show with us in the studio. White Choppies, Adam. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, and he's got a keyboard. That means more gameplay.
Thank you for having me.
More gameplay. Let's go.
Really excited. First time actually having you on a sofa. That sounds weird, chat. Don't make it weird, chat. But really excited to have you here. And we're going to do something really special, actually, because we're going to be playing a build of the game, right?
Hell yeah. More
So you've just
gameplay.
seen
Let's
some of the
go.
stuff. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. But thank you even more, because we're going to play the game live, chat.
Oh, hell yeah.
So as we're chatting, obviously we're going to throw some questions at you.
Oh, I'm
You can
excited.
do the rest of the community.
Got a few questions, yeah.
I'm just going to be fanboying over here, just asking random stuff. But we're going to be showing you a build of the game, which might be on the screen now. But producer Adam, you can probably flick us to some of the gameplay. So some bits to point out, if I can put my teeth in. It is, as I've said, a development build. So, and this is a live show, chat. So I've just seen someone put wow, wow. So it's live, right? This is live. So if anything goes wrong, it's because it's live, and it will blame.
My lectern in front of me.
Actual
Show that it
gameplay.
is live.
It is live.
God,
and
this
it
is going to
a
be so
development
fun
build.
to
You might
just
see things
spend an
that work
entire day
absolutely
building a
perfectly
freaking
because
theme
we're
park,
still
dude.
waiting on the game.
Or, well, a water
The
park
eagle
now.
eyed of you might spot a timer in the top left-hand corner.
True.
Now that is because this is actually going to be a build we're taking to Gamescom.
Yes, this is the Gamescom demo that you'll be able to play if you're lucky enough to come to the show.
So there we go,
Oh.
exclusively. We are going to be in Germany. We're going to be at Gamescom. If you're at the show, you'll be able to.
I might have to go to Gamescom, chat.
Very excited.
Next month.
Right.
It's in Cologne.
Should we get in?
Man, I've been wanting to go to Gamescom forever. I'm going to ask Bradford if he wants to go to Gamescom. I'm just going to go to Gamescom.
Obviously, we had the wonderful tease and announcement of Planet Coaster 2. How was it for the team after a long time? To see the reaction.
It's amazing.
one of the greatest moments you have is announcing the game and showing everyone what you've been.
Oh, this is
working
before
on,
they built all that
getting everyone
stuff.
getting that hype train going
Yeah.
on the tracks, and it was great. The team.
This is before they
really
built the
loved to see all
teacups.
of The amazing reactions to what we've been.
Oh,
working
this
on.
looks nice.
It was very nice to see a lot of the things people saying, please, 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 have water parks, have water parks.
Yeah,
And you're like, we know, we're doing
Dude,
it, we're
the
doing
only
it.
thing this
It's been like
game
really
needs
fun
is
to
an
do.
ability to have a
All these
water
sorts of
slide
things
go
that
from
we're
your
doing,
hotel into a
it's
pool.
gonna be so
So you can
exciting
change in
when
your
they see
room,
what we're doing,
go to
and
the
it's great
water
to see
slide, and just go
that
right
kind
to the
of
pool. That coaster looks great.
Yeah.
That
All
wooden
the
coaster
conspiracy
looks
theories
outstanding.
That we saw people being like, there needs to be something, please.
This
and
looks
then-
good.
There it was. You
It
delivered.
has-
Dude, I want
Yeah.
anybody gonna play more
Delivered
Planet
the bomb.
Coaster now, or
That's
maybe
what
Planet
happens.
Zoo because of
Yeah,
this?
the last trailer and everyone and the creative services team that put that together have made such a great trailer, and it was great
Yeah,
to see.
and it's great. And also, I think a lot of our fans are noticing now as I'm sort of scrolling around, that trailer's using the engine as well.
Yeah.
Right? What you're seeing is what you're getting. There's no
Yeah.
trickery
Yeah.
here. We're doing some stuff, and I think you're gonna pop down a coaster. It looks like.
I'm gonna pop down one of our new blueprint coasters. Just rotate it.
Oh,
around
it's a little
there,
blueprinter.
to the edge, and then
What is
we're
that
gonna
one?
Test that.
Just popped it down. So
Simple as that. Yeah.
Wow,
so-
that was
look,
easy.
and
There's a lot to take in
Yeah.
in 3 steps.
It was very quick.
Oh, the
There's a lot
queue
to
is
take
also
in and
pre-built
what actually
too.
That means for Planet Coaster 2, it's quite incredible.
And
It really
that's
is.
something that we've not we kind of forget to remind ourselves about is all these
That looks
improvements
nice.
we've added to the game, what that means to.
I don't think I've seen that coaster type before. That could be new.
And potentially.
Is
see
this
what
a
we're
new
doing.
coaster type?
Yeah, this is a pre-built roller coaster. It has.
Yeah,
bits in
you can play Parkitect, Planet
It's like big
Coaster.
steps.
Yeah,
And
huge.
it's not
Hey,
something
Planet
that-
Coaster
it's
2
something that
makes
you
me
kind
wanna
of
play more
done this, we move
Parkitect
on to
too.
all these
I
amazing
love
new things, but
Parkitect.
this is a big thing. You know, we've got passing blueprints. It's now super easy.
Or
to
Roller
choose
Coaster
a
Tycoon.
coaster blueprint,
That's a great game.
Put it down and connect it up against your paths.
And building a park is going to be it'll be quick, right? And allow
Yeah.
players to be super creative when they want to, and sweat the details when they want to sweat the details, right?
Exactly that. Yeah.
That
One
is
thing
an
at the
interesting
front,
lift hill. Look at that.
Talking there, Arthur, is the sort of detailing.
I've never seen that before. It lifts up completely upside
Yeah,
down.
the coasters, you know, it comes with a blueprint, but that's been made using tools in the game. So you know,
Now I watch people going
Wild.
a bit crazy. when
Can you
we
imagine what
get to
Uthras is
like
going to
that,
make when
some
he
of
gets
the
his
tools
hands
we
on
use
this?
to
The
customise
most
them. We'll go
beautiful
into that.
parking
We'll
lot
do a
you've
bit
ever
more later
seen.
on. We'll customise one of the rides to show you because it's honestly, chat. When you see, if you were going mad at the deep dive, you'll go even crazier when you see the sort of stuff. we can do.
Wow, look at that.
It's really, really cool. So we're going to pop
Is
another
that-
another coaster down. Now, one of the things that the community have asked about is pathing.
Yeah.
Oh,
pathing.
thank
Pathing is
God!
So.
They've made the
players are
paths
like
better.
desperate to find out whether the pathing has made
Paths
easier.
Yeah, I think that's
can
one of the
overlap
big
each other.
takeaways of the feedback
And
we
you
had
can make
from the
giant
first
plaza
round.
areas now, I hear.
Making it,
So not everything has to be like a river where you connect all these rivers and roads together. You can actually have like open areas.
A long look at those tools.
Oh
and
my
making
God.
It, a lot easier for you to build those long tracks of paths, and also adding things like plazas and tools that allow you to build those more open spaces.
Chat,
for
this is
your-
so
for your parks,
good.
because that's something you see in real life theme parks. There's a lot of open areas. There's a lot of overlaying of different types of brickwork, and adding tools that allow you to create that kind of that visual, which is we're inspired by real life theme parks, real life water parks.
Oh
now as
man.
well. Those
Yeah,
are spaces
pathing
that
was
you
horrible
have
in
real
Planet
life
Coaster and Planet Zoo.
mirror
It wasn't horrible, but
a lot more
I
tools
didn't
on
like when I
creating
would
those
build
kind of
in like a mountain or a cave.
So we had a look at
And it always had to have
popping
like
down the ride
5
scenes
meters
very
on
easy. Can you
all
do that
sides
with
of the,
balloons as
like
well?
you had to
Is
build
that
a
a
giant
possibility?
tunnel
Yeah.
to build like a little
Not
path
only
through
do,
a mountain. It's annoying.
You can have flume blueprints, but you can also have pool blueprints that include flumes.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm going all kind of meta
Hello.
and layered up.
A combo.
But for example, we have this flume pool combo, which I can choose to just slot into my
No way.
plaza area there, and that then brings in a functioning flume, which all I need to do is test that to get that open. You can see our.
Now, I hope we can grab the edges of that path.
Yeah,
like
these
you
are
find
really,
them on
I
the-
love
I hope
that.
we can grab the
Yeah,
edges of
yeah,
like the
yeah,
tiling
yeah,
and stuff and blend it in better.
And
Like
then
how
the
you can do
pools
that in
there available
City
for,
Skylines, where you
used
can
by the guests.
grab the edge
You
of.
can use the sun lounges that are part of this blueprint. You can flexi-color the umbrellas
gonna say,
around
those sun-
it.
they don't match,
So if
like,
I
it's
wanted to match
making
them
me-
into the red and yellow, I can do that. I can open it up. You've got all the flexi-color options available.
And again,
there
just
as well.
how easy you did that. You just double-clicked on it, right? And you're
Just-
straight
yeah,
into
yeah,
just
exactly that. Yep.
editing
These will
that.
be
Well, they made
blueprints
this
that
easier
I
for
can create
consoles,
myself,
yes.
Or that you can get from the in-game workshop as well. Yeah. You know, all the incredible content.
That looks like
we have
Boulder and
there
Lisa
to be
Berry.
seen.
Oh yes, I love
wait to
Boulder.
see
I've
what
been on
the
that
filter
coaster a
is.
couple times.
So I played a lot of Planet Coaster 1 with my now wife and one of my best friends. We'd play it online. We'd all be in a chat playing Planet Coaster 1.
Oh, here we go,
And just
multiplayer.
we would often try and build really elaborate parks, and we forgot.
They're going to talk about their multiplayer now.
They make really cool things. And we were like,
This game has multiplayer.
And there's 10 of them in the workshop, so we can't wait to see with the tools that you guys have made for Planet Coaster 2 what our players will be able to do. Which I guess kind of brings on to, and we're going to show some of the customizable options in a second. This is a full rebuild of everything, right?
Yeah.
So one of the questions we get asked a lot about is like, can we bring over saves? But I'm guessing because of how much has changed, it's unlikely we'll bring over saves, right?
It's a no on that one. Planet Coaster, it's a brand new game. We've built a lot of new systems and kind of all the themes.
Okay, you
from
cannot
scratch. So
import your old
your
parks.
saves, your
Cannot
workshop
import
creations,
old
what you're
stuff.
able to transfer to Planet Coaster 2. We do have the workshop. We have all of the ways that we had in Planet Coaster 1 of creating blueprints, creating parks, and sharing
Blueprints will
those
not
with
transfer,
other
parks will
community
not
members,
transfer.
but
So
we'll also
everything's
have
new.
in Planet Coaster 2 cross-platform workshops.
Which is really
as well.
cool.
So
Yeah.
PC players, if you're making a cool blueprint and you want to share that with Chantel who's on Xbox, you'll be able to do that in Planet Coaster 2. So it's a clean slate to begin with, but we've got wonderful tools and new content for you to build. As Adam said, we've got our coaster blueprints, we've got pool blueprints, we've got all of these new types of blueprints that you'll be able to make as well, including
And brand new types of blueprints, right?
yes,
Rich?
right. That was the very.
Look at that segue.
The segue.
You guys have done this before,
So
haven't you?
Professionals.
We've worked together a lot.
So what we're looking at, so this is, we're going to put, oh, you're going to do a thing.
The
You're gonna do a thing.
monsoon shoot?
I'm going to do the thing that I love to do.
Does this have
to
water?
Show off that sheer kind of creative power that these tools give. Of course, we want to provide a kind of vanilla version of the flat ride, just because you might want to then change it yourself. So we have a
Oh,
brand
that's
new
true.
ride.
We can
Planet
add
Coaster
so many
on
little
the
things
shoot
onto this,
here,
it'll look different.
which is in its kind of vanilla form. Looks great, looks fantastic. I can still choose to place the entrance and exits exactly how I want to, so I have that creative freedom if I want to kind of build from a sort of blank slate. But we also now have blueprints for flat rides.
And this is the same flat ride, but just customised
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
all this. Look at this. I just blew my mind when you showed me this. Only this afternoon, because I saw the other one, the flywheel one you showed me first. I didn't see this one. This is incredible.
And then, so that's using our aquatic theme.
Yep.
And then we also have one to show off the resort theme. And just kind of how...
Oh, no way.
This is chef's kiss.
Yeah. So again, a new thing for Planet Coaster 2 is flat ride blueprints. So you can now
Oh, that's
create
great.
those blueprints, include the ride and scenery that is dressed around your
Parkitect has
your
that?
ride, and any scenery that's attached to your ride. Which again,
Where
unique for
Parkitect
Planet
allows you to
Coaster
build the
2.
queue and you
I
can build a
love
giant
queues.
building or
It's
whatever.
My favorite new ride. I love all of my rides.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
But there is some that I like more than others.
Right.
That's
And
very
once
nice.
It was a new ride that we've added for the game, and for me, it's got that nice linkage to both kind of sides of Planet Coaster 2. It's kind of a hard, mechanical ride, but it's also got that water element as well. It has a wonderful effect as all of that water comes splooshing up. Again, technical term, that one.
Splooshing. Splooshing up. Yeah, there you go.
And like the coasters we saw before, because these blueprints have got the entrance exit placed already, all I do is open it. And
Yeah.
it
And it's ready to go.
There's an attendant
Yeah.
there ready to man it, and then guests can jump on that. I've placed it in the middle of the
Wow.
plaza, which you'll notice is a new thing. We've got these plazas, we can just plonk. Plonk's a very technical term.
Again,
Yeah, plop,
Glossary of technical terms
Just
here.
plonk it right in
Well,
the
that's
middle
cool.
of the plaza,
In the plaza,
connects
yeah.
all up, and
Yeah.
then guests can enjoy it as
Parkitect
well.
has that. It's cool in
And I noticed if you
Parkitect.
zoom in on the middle one, there's moving parts on a moving part.
There's
am I
moving
seeing that
parts
correctly?
on a moving part. Yes, it's not just the static kind of frames of.
Oh, you can have
rides.
robotics and
There's-
animatronics on the
there'll be-
rides
I'm sure
too.
we'll look at this
All right,
in-
that's
in future
cool.
Deep dives. There's highlighted areas around it, and then if you attach it to that area, it moves with the animation.
Very nice. Yeah, the
So
plop
here
theme
you've got
coming back again.
animated
Yeah.
prop piece that then will move
Yeah, a submarine arm sort of things,
Yeah.
aren't they? Yeah.
exactly with the pieces that goes up.
Yeah, I can't. But honestly, looking at the three next to each other, you would just think that they're entirely separate entities. But it's just the creativity that will just go. It will go crazy with it, especially with our community as well. Seeing
Yeah.
those, and then add them to blueprints for people to share.
Exactly that.
Talking of sharing,
That's cool. That's very important to be
Yeah,
able to
I
share
was
this
gonna
stuff through the.
say,
Oh,
yeah.
here we go. Multiplayer.
We're learning.
On their first rodeo.
Talk about the multiplayer.
Um,
How it's not
One
actually
thing that's
multiplayer.
People have asked us questions about is the co-op, right, that we've mentioned. So how does the co-op work? And can you elaborate a bit more on that?
A bit like, as you mentioned earlier, when you were playing with your then
Now wife.
now wife,
Now, wife, yeah.
then not wife,
Yes.
is in Planet Coaster 2, you'll be able to work on your parks asynchronously. So I call it Pass the Park,
Yeah.
which is my loose term to describe it. So cross-platform in sandbox mode and franchise mode. So in sandbox mode, you can use your your friends to create collaboration lists. So you take turns with that park. So I might work on it,
Ooh.
I'll finish saving it, I'll upload it to the cloud.
Mm-mm.
God bless the mythical cloud.
That is a technical term.
That is, yeah.
We used our first technical word. Well done, everyone.
And then you can download it, update it, and then you'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
And in franchise mode, it's a very similar way of working together in your franchises. You'll be able to build lots of different parks and then compete with other franchises on challenges.
So it's a single-player game.
So it's like a leaderboard of you trying to create.
And
a
you can
park that
upload
has
things
a very
to the
high
workshop
daily
and then
income. So
download
you're
them.
trying to work together, build a park that has a daily income.
That means the first game was technically multiplayer.
Ranks against other franchises. Again, cross-platform as well. So.
I'm really excited for this because the three of us used to play Planet Coaster 1 just on mic to each other. So it's obviously myself, my wife, and one of our very good friends, Cam. We'd all do different parts. So generally really good at building rides. I'm very much into the sort of experiential part. So I like to build themed areas. So I guess now with this, I can let Jen build the rides and then hand over to me, and I can then theme around them and make it like whatever theme I want it to be, right? So that for me is really, really cool.
Yeah, exactly. It allows you to lean into your strengths of how you play the game, or the bits that you're really good at. Definitely.
Or completely mess up your friends.
Yes.
Your friends' rides as well.
And we have
I'd be
version.
kicking you out of my franchise real quick. I'm just gonna say.
And we have tools in place like version control, so you can roll back if anyone does anything nefarious to any of your parks, and then like ban them for life. And, you know,
The Chantel key, that is. That's going to be like...
There's a button. It's a Chantel button.
Chaos.
Has your park been Chantel'd? Yes, it has, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
it
we'll roll it back.
says multiplayer on the Steam
I
store
watched
page,
Adam
but
doing some bits and
it's
bobs
kind of
and
like
bobs, but one of the questions that comes up...
any game where you could
Yes,
take a
is-
save and share that
is
file
about
with
the
anybody is
complexity and what we're doing
multiplayer
in
according to
the
these
game.
rules.
Do you want to talk a bit more about this so our players understand
Yeah.
what we're going to have in the game, what's not going to be in the game?
So, players on PC will not have a complex limit.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to play the game as much as you want, as much as your PC can handle. Those of you that are playing on console, so Xbox or PlayStation, there will be a complex limit. It's there to protect you. It keeps you a nice, smooth experience, and ensures that you're just having a wonderful time playing the game. But
Go for it. You carry on.
because of things
Ooh.
like
The path building
shared
system.
parks,
Did you notice how
there
it
will
snapped
be
that curve? It's more like road building in
be
city
aware of
skylines.
their limits.
Nice.
And people that are collaborating on platforms.
That was nice.
consoles or in franchise mode, they can see what their
Limit
current
is,
version
yeah.
is on PC, so they're not creating a park that the console players cannot open.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I explain
It
that
makes
simply
sense,
enough.
but-
Show
But if
the
you play
pathing
just
system
PC,
more.
If you just want a PC and you don't want to engage in any of the online aspects, you can just have one all the time. Or if your franchise is just PC players, you can have that as well. But it's when we cross from one platform to the other that we have to bring the limit in.
Yeah.
And if you're just on console as well.
Cool. But also, for those of you that have played any of the other Planet games, so Planet Zoo on console, you'll know the complexity meter, what it's there for, and the depth you can still go into these parks, right? It's there for to give you the best experience of your game, right? And that's it. And you can still make some pretty insane parks.
Yeah,
And we're
exactly.
we're very confident that you'll be able to do that with Planet Coaster 2.
We do also want to say chat is going absolutely crazy about the paths. They are
I did that
loving
on
the
purpose.
Were
pathing.
you doing
I
that
did
while
it
we
on
were
purpose.
talking?
chatting?
Show more of the
I just
pathing,
thought,
damn it. That was
so
good.
I'll just drop a little
He did that all
thing in the
silently.
background, see what happens. And I took the opportunity to build the condor out the back here, the flight of the condor. And I just very quickly connected the entrance path to the main network using just
Sly
one of the
Fox.
new path tools. I just thought I'd see.
Do we have any other new tools, maybe?
We do have a few other new tools. We have, for example,
No.
which allows me
No way.
Brace yourselves.
to
Oh,
explore
look
these
at
lovely
this.
big plaza-style areas.
Oh,
And
nice.
then be connected up using the tool that you'll just saw me.
They're
Game
very
of the
happy. I'm
year.
very confident we'd have just made a path building game and we'd have been okay. We could have just made that. We'd have been all right.
Oh, look at that.
I
Yes.
could just connect it up.
Oh my God, it's a dream. We don't have to do the little angle snapping. Like we don't have to get out a protractor,
If you want to
Yeah.
go like piece by piece, you can
Yeah.
still
We
do
have
that.
a
Right.
John Deere
Right.
tractor,
Right.
and 9
Another
assistants to be able to
one of
calculate the
the
angles and get out to the
allowing
NASA computer. You
you
could just
to,
build. You could just build.
place
Oh,
down.
thank God. Hype. Oh, and you can do it with squares too, which is nice.
Across the grid if I want to.
And you can do this with pools as well, right? You can do this with pools as well. You can do.
You can, yeah.
you
Very
can set
similar
this-
tools
Yeah.
for passing pools.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot there. Chat are very happy with that. It's still, slow.
Yeah, 2024 can't build simultaneously, I know.
Paths, and Adam's doing that in the background, so I wondered why chat was sort of blurring my eyes.
Multi-
Something's
play
happened.
or-
Not sure what we said. One of the things that came up, and I guess it was just us showing off I guess because authenticity is very important to us. and people will ask us about hotels. They thought it spied a hotel. But can we just want to show this is let's explain what these
Oh,
are.
you could pick a texture and then it looked like you could paint the textures. So you could pick bricks and then change the color of the bricks.
Can look like hotels, but it's there to allow you to build this kind of Main Street feel as well that you have in theme parks, where it's very facade based.
Yeah.
So there aren't any hotels in Planet Coaster 2, but this theme is really good at creating those kind of those big tall areas that can give the impression.
Oh, they should have just
Hotels
put in a ploppable hotel like in Jurassic World Evolution, where you could just
Give you that
put
whole
down the
authentic
medium,
feel
small, and large
of
hotel,
where,
and
you know, we've all-
come on.
not we,
Well, there's probably
I went
blueprints
to
for it. It's fine.
hotels recently. There's a little.
It's not that big of a deal.
Got a hot dog, a rollover hot dog from a big crooked house, but it wasn't really a real big crooked house. It was a, you know, it was all part of that facade of that theme, that area. You know, so that allows you to create these lovely facades for
Looney
for the shops
balloons
as well.
and
I know it's like
hats,
the way that you've done it,
fantastic.
so can you spin around the back of it again? 'Cause
Yeah.
I love how it's all like it's proper like.
Oh,
the
look,
movie
it's
set style
yeah,
stuff. I really
it's
love
Planet
it.
Coaster
It's
2's
really cool.
multiplayer. Look, it's just a facade. Look at that.
And that's what you have in real
It's
life.
like, oh, multiplayer?
And
Oh
we saw
wow,
that
can't
one
wait to
hotel,
play
one
it.
where
So
we wanted to
amazing.
build
Oh,
an
it's
authentic
a fully
real-life
co-op
park.
multiplayer experience. It must be because it says so on the Steam store page. This couldn't be a facade at all. Couldn't be a lie with just a fake
All right,
background.
I'm just conscious of time, and your time is precious because you've got lots of work to do. However, I did want us to show a little bit about customizing a ride.
But that pathing,
because I think-
Oh yeah.
I think
that pathing
this
is yes.
I mean,
I was showing them.
If
Let's
you
let's
like
get
cars, chat.
Planet Zoo updated
We'll leave
and get
that-
rid of
we'll
the
leave that
old
one.
ass
Oh,
trash
you're doing it
pathing.
Showed them
Looking at the colour.
different
All right, it's not
colours.
trash,
Oh,
but
well, sorry,
this is
we'll
way
wait for
better.
the next deep dive for that. Sorry, Rachel will kill us if we say too much. But this is something that I think you're gonna like. So this is us customizing. Or say us, it's the royal us.
They're gonna get bad reviews after that. Well, yeah, any game's multi. If you can take a save, put it into a zip file, send it to someone else, they download it and play it, then that game's multiplayer. Then it's multiplayer according to those rules.
The Splinter Coaster that I placed down earlier, clicked on customization. We have the other colours that we used to, but we have this new option.
They're getting away with a
attached to the
technicality, and they
which
shouldn't
then
do that.
Opens up the scenery browser.
However,
takes
to
it
be
down
fair to them, I don't know if there's a Steam option that says like there's multiplayer and co-op on Steam, but I don't know if there's an option where you call it like turn-based multiplayer. Like I don't think that's a tag that you can use on Steam. Look at that. Look at that.
If I place it anywhere, even slightly offset to the main model, with that highlight, it will animate with that section of the car.
Nice.
So you can use the
It's really
advanced
powerful.
mode
You
to
can exactly. You
tweak
can
it or
sort of
move it further away or just really fine tune
yeah,
it.
and we.
They're saying the light will swing?
In the office, use this, and also like I say, creating that offset because that you might be able to create some interesting things with that. With not
Yeah,
attaching it. Directly.
yeah. According to that, any single-player
let's take
game
it
on
to
Steam with
the-
Workshop
from
mods is
the side here,
multiplayer.
we can,
Pretty
we've
much.
got all our advanced moves.
Yeah.
We've got the scaling.
Ooh.
Scaling.
Briefly spoken about. I'll
And
bring
this
it down
scaling
a
isn't
little
just
bit.
for when you're putting customization on coasters and rides. This will apply to the scenery piece just out in
Yeah.
the park wherever you want it as well.
So you
It's
can
not
customise your trees if you want to. You can have a big palm tree, a
Yes.
little palm tree, all that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all in there. Change the lighting.
Change that colour there. I could change the light as well, and then, of course, well, not of course. I take it for granted. Let's place that bit down. I want it on this side, but I don't. I want to do it quickly and easily, so I can just click the options section. I can select symmetry type for
look at
mirrored,
that.
and then that appears.
Wow.
If I do move the original, it will update in real time as well.
This is honestly, when I saw you doing this, I was like, "Wow, stop!
And,
What are you doing?"
I can also choose to put it on all the other cars
Boom.
in the train.
Yeah.
Again, moving it, moves everything in a great big conga line. And
That's nice.
if you can see the train in the background, I can ask for it to affect all the trains on this coaster, and it will attach them to there. Again, let's do the little conga line of everything. Technical term again, conga line. There we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you say that's it. Oh, that's it. And that's
I've just
it.
undone all my changes as well because I didn't actually accept it. But
Oh, okay.
you saw it.
It's
You saw
fine.
it.
But I mean, I think I speak for everyone. I cannot wait to see what people do with these coasters because the coasters themselves are fantastic. And of course, you can build your own coaster if you want to build your own coaster. Right?
Absolutely,
that is not
Yep.
been removed from the game. You can still
Yep.
sit there and create your own coaster and then do all of that to the
Still
coaster,
got
right?
Adam had applied. some
Ooh,
lamps,
look at all
very
these.
quick,
What
but
was
you've
that?
got all of the different scenery
Special.
pieces
We're
attached to it. You can also
we're gonna go
see
back
them
and take a look at some of the parts of
as
this
well.
stream to
morning,
break it
I
down a
had
little bit,
a
and I'll probably put
big
up a
rock
video.
set up with some trees on it onto a coaster and just watched it go up and around. And it just filled me with joy at this wonderful game that we're making. And I can do things really quickly and silly, but the community will be using these tools for amazing things.
I will probably get told off for this, but when I walk into the office and see our CEO attaching a giant animated fish to a roller coaster and watching it do loop the loops, you know you're in a good space. You know you're in a good space. And everyone's laughing and joking.
Oh, that's great. You can do that with the trees too. Very
Very
easily.
It's going to be fun.
I don't remember if you could do that
Time to
before.
show any more stuff. I'm super conscious of your time. Can we show one of the mascots?
Oh, of
Just
course.
One of the mascots. Add a new mascot
absolutely.
in there.
Take your pick.
But chat, look, as Adam does that,
go
I just
over
want to go through
here.
and say we've only barely scratched the surface to show you just some of the huge amount of creative tools we have
cactus?
for our players. We're bringing water
Playing a
closer together,
guitar.
Authenticity remains.
It looks like a
He's
pickle.
just hanging in the air. There he is.
Cigar is the greatest.
We have
Cigaro.
Cigaro.
to talk about.
Bodhi.
Bodhi the shark. Yeah, Bodhi's cool.
Oh, can he actually surf on water?
Diver.
Now, Tim, there's this cool thing about the diver, right? You were telling us before.
Yeah,
He's
we
got-
try and come up with these little stories to some of the mascots to help for inspiration and concepting. And with the diver, the idea is that he's deep sea exploration. He's trying to capture photos of creatures under the sea. The creature he's trying to find is actually on his tank behind him, and every now and then he will like jump over and taunt him that I'm here the whole time. And it's just like those fun little stories we give our mascots, and I love that one on the diver.
Yeah.
Just,
And of course,
Queen
Cinnamon
Splash.
Roll
Next
Bar.
to not. Yeah, and there
have
is
to add
Queen
in.
Behind
Splash.
us.
There we go.
Queen Splash.
There we go. Guys, look, thank you so much. I know the next deep dive we're going to go into the creativity, and you guys are hard at work.
Oh.
For those in chat,
We're
thank you so much
gonna
for
see
the love
more
and support,
gameplay in the
the
future
game
in
was
another
just a
stream?
taster, and this again was a live build. So this is
Live
the game
build, in development.
in development.
Build, but yeah.
It already looks fantastic. If you're going to
It does.
Gamescom, you will be able to do all this stuff that Adam's just done at our stand, but we will have a timer because I'm guessing it's going to be pretty busy. So you'll come and see us at Gamescom. It's been great. Rich, Adam, thank you so
Amazing.
much
Thank
for
you
very
coming
much
on.
for having us
I know you guys are busy, so I think to play us out, we should run the trailer one more time so you can get off and do what you got to do. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, we saw the trailer already, but we'll watch it one more time. I want to go back. There looked to be some stuff we haven't seen before, so after this trailer, let's jump back and see that one thing that looked pretty... I don't know if they intended to show that, but there was something that they maybe didn't show. Well, we've seen this trailer 40 times, but whatever. It's still cool. Ba 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 ba. All right, fall 2024. All right, there was something here. I don't know if they intended to show or not, but let's take a look back at where he mentioned custom rides.
I think a good space.
Yeah.
And they will say,
quickly and silly.
I think it was back here a little
Cannot-
bit. Oh, here we go.
Haven't seen it.
Okay, so hold on. Take a look at this. Okay, so it shows coasters. Chain lift launch, alternative lift, or alternate lift, a suspended wooden wing, water, and special. Oh, okay. So we've seen water coasters before in games. And there's a kind of a way to separate them now. Oh, and then we have, oh, these are all blueprints here, so... Wait, what are these? Are these the names of them? Oh, yeah, Star Loop, Wave Coaster. Is that something like a water coaster? Part flume, part...
Coaster, right?
Adam had applied some lamps very quickly, but
Yeah.
you got all of the
Yeah, let's go back a little bit more.
Coaster, right?
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
is not
Yeah.
been removed from the game. You can
No,
still
yeah.
sit there and create your own coaster and then do
Exactly.
all of that. To
Yes.
the
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the pricings are about as usual as you'd expect for a game like this. And these are... Oh, maybe these are not blueprints, but... Oh, look at that. Day 1 DLC confirmed, upper right corner. Alright, so they've already built it with DLC in mind. We've already got some Day 1 DLC that'll likely be there. And or pretty quickly after launch already baked right in. Arguably, this could have been a DLC, the whole water parks thing, and the things where you can customize coasters and put little blips and blops onto like all the different flat rides and stuff. That could have been a update as well. However, I think there are some things here that, as they mentioned, you can't carry over.
As well, attach them to rides to coasters.
You can't carry over some of your previous saves, and you can't carry over like previous workshop elements. So that's promising in terms of having so many new tools that there was no possible way that they could have saved it. This is cool. A lot of games already had this, where you could, you could make a ride, and then you could download a blueprint of somebody like completely decorating it already. Like, for example, we played a lot of Parkitect recently, and like if you put down a a coaster or log flume, they'll have like the queue and the station decorated, and maybe there'll be decorations in the track line or something like that. Like maybe a coaster will go through a castle or something like that. But it looks like now you could take something like the the carousel, and it'll already be pre-built with cool stuff around it. Like it'll be built into a house rather than it just being fully outside. So that's cool. So there's definitely a lot to like here, and a lot to maybe possibly love. But they're gonna get in trouble for this multiplayer thing, because as they confirmed, it's like turn-based multiplayer. If we go to the Steam store page for this, oh man, Thronefall's a good game, dude. You should get Thronefall. Look at that, 14,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews. That's a good game. Anyway, so if you go to their Steam store page, I think we have a $59 day one launch. No, it'll probably be $59. But here, online co-op, cross-platform multiplayer. There needs to be a new category for this, where it's like, okay, to be fair to them, it's not multiplayer. It's not a single-player game, because there is a built-in element to where you should be able to manage a park with multiple people. Jonas is the coolest game dev. He's cool, yeah. Yeah. I like Thronefall a lot. That's a banger song. But anyway, so they've put in a mention of multiplayer here. They clarified that during our stream, but I kind of already heard about that too, where it was going to be that management mode or whatever. So we need this. We need this to be changed. There needs to be a different term for, like, because doesn't Steam have something called remote multiplayer? There's like local co-op, which means that you can play multiplayer, but you can't do it over the internet. There's online co-op, which means like Call of Duty or whatever. You jump on with friends or against people, and it's like an online experience. Then there's cross-platform, which means like when we play SnowRunner, somebody could play on their Xbox and somebody could play on their PC, and it'd be like the same game experience for both people. It's not like separated. Yeah, it's not turn-based multiplayer. Maybe there should be some more definitions on Steam of what kind of co-op and what kind of multiplayer it is. And there are a few, but there should be one for this one. But I don't know what they would call this. No, this comes out 2024. This is fall 2024, is what the store page or the trailer said. Offline multiplayer. Yeah, it's certainly not like turn-based, but it should be called like something. There needs to be a new term for that. But that is a little... I mean, to be fair to them, it does have some form of multiplayer in mind, and they tried to build that in past the workshop. They did a little bit more than the workshop on that one, but it's not quite like, hey, let's play Planet Coaster multiplayer. Like in Parkitect, we can jump in, and two people can work in real time together to build a roller coaster, decorate it, build the station, add some cool stuff to the queue, paint the coaster, and manage the park, hire staff, do all sorts of things simultaneously. But I mean, here it's like if you were to start a stopwatch and give each of your family members 2 hours or whatever to build a portion of the park, like you cut it up like a pizza, right? Like here, you build a coaster over here, I'll build this over there, I'll do the log flume, we'll do a food area up here, and you just give everybody 2 hours to do that. That's annoying because like you've got to wait for somebody else to, like, this is the type of game where you could play Planet Coaster for hours and hours and hours just doing one like coaster like this. So you'd have to have multiple plates spinning. You'd have to have multiple parks going in order to manage those with multiple people. This will be great for content creators that have already taken saves and shared them back and forth between each other. Oh yeah, they called it asynchronous multiplayer. That's true. He did say that earlier. You're right. So So this should say asynchronous multiplayer. So this online co-op should be changed to asynchronous co-op or asynchronous multiplayer. And same with the cross-platform. It should say asynchronous cross-platform, or it should say cross-platform asynchronous multiplayer or co-op or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. They're going to get in trouble for that. I think there'll be a little bit of a stink over it, but the hype is too real because it is pretty sweet to build water parks. They should add way more images here. I think the trailer that we just saw, or the little video that they just showed, does a great job of explaining more about the game. Like those, the parks that we just saw. Let's go back to the not the parks, but the
We have water in place, enough of them as well.
yeah, this stuff's cool. Like the 3 slides there look great, and then also the ones for the. I wonder if they'll show that. I want to see if they show off that other slide.
We want to provide a kind of vanilla version of the flat ride, just because you.
There.
So
Power, so it moves as the thing as it rotates around.
All right, so good things are, you know, water park now, pools, wave pools. They didn't really even mention the wave pools. Assets that we could put on thrill rides, the ability to share those things. That's cool.
I suppose I've teased a little bit of what's around.
Yeah, we can see it in.
Yeah, it's like long distance chess. Yeah.
Keep moving the camera around to get us all excited about it.
Yes, it's not just standard body flumes that are going to come brand new to Planet Coaster 2.
I hope we get
We're
more
also looking
water
at
rides that aren't
rides
necessarily
as
like
well,
you got to
such
throw on a
as
swimsuit
the
for, like
mega looking up to 6-person raft.
you know, raft rides, more raft
complete
rides.
With inspired by real life pieces.
But you can have
of
lazy
fly trap.
rivers. You can have you know
I would
pools.
definitely go
What
on this.
what happens to the end
I
here?
think I would.
Did you notice that? The raft gets to the bottom and then it just
The fly
shrinks.
trap, I would definitely go on this.
I think I would.
Okay, I'm thinking this is what happens. That is just somebody collecting the. That's like a lifeguard or somebody grabbing the raft and then putting it back into some sort of a conveyor belt system to bring the raft or the tube back to like the starting area where it loads up with passengers. So everybody who goes into that pool will just be told to bail out, and then somebody would grab that tube, put it into the conveyor belt, and feed it back up to the station. So that's basically all that is. So it looks like they're being a little lazy, but not really, I
the
guess.
fly trap.
Because, like, I don't know, having 7 tubes floating around in that pool and waiting for the AI to go collect those tubes would be a little obnoxious, honestly.
I would definitely go on this.
So the fact that it just
I
shrinks
think I would.
just means that it's being collected and brought back to the
As
station.
well as
I'm
the
okay with that.
Plug hole here in the
I'm
center
fine
in the
with that.
middle. We've got the sphere and we have the boomerang nestled in the back as well. All inspired by real life water rides in
These look
real
good.
life.
This
And the other
the
thing
hi-
you'll
there's a
notice
lot of
is
hype.
quite striking
There's a lot of
is
hype and
the
excitement.
colour and the patterns on these ones are very different to what we had at the beginning. Again, new customization options to the new rides in Planet Coaster 2 means I can very quickly create these stripe patterns if I so wish to, which gives a real.
You know what I'm hoping? If we're seeing water pouring off the end of the water slide into the pool, I also want to be able to build waterfalls and stuff that can do that too. It'd be very nice to make a kind of a natural looking pool where there's like a rocky section that has a waterfall going into the pool. That's not for people. It looks cool.
Visual.
Also, would be also nice. I don't know if we could do this, but to be able to build a pool that's like in a hotel that also leads to the outside. So imagine if you build one of your hotel facades where, you know, guests can swim. You know, let's say this part of the pool is in the hotel, like there's a pool section to the hotel, but then it also goes outside. Hopefully we're allowed to build things over that aren't just slides. We're going to have to see where those dumb restrictions are, because you know there's going to be some dumb stuff. But the pathing that they showed, outstanding. That should have been fixed with Planet Zoo.
Panache.
It looks
It's like
lovely.
water park.
It really does. And we have different flumes, different slides, and we have different special pieces for those as well. We don't just have these ones. There's a lot of different pieces.
One of many, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it isn't just flat rides we can customize in Planet Coaster 2. I can now also add my personal touch to any of the coaster cars.
That's right.
I've got my Whirlpool coaster at the back here. It's closed, ready for the guests to get onto, because I was just adding some scenery pieces to it here. It's got an aquatic theme, so I thought I'd add a ring to the front as if it's been constructed or come straight from the factory like that. And we've also got these really lovely light bars from the resort theme, which is one of the other new themes coming from Planet Coaster 2. I'll just pop them on the side. And although I do still have all of the advanced object movement tools that we are used to.
Have I ever been to the pool at MGM Hotel in Vegas? No.
I didn't actually have to hand.
But now I'm wondering, like, okay, so they've got a new game coming, and one of the, I think a portion of the price is not only just this sandbox stuff, but I also want a nice campaign. Campaign should do a good job of teaching everybody about all the new features, all the new assets, and like all the new locations that we can go. So I want to see like a, you know, we're probably going to have coaster-only parks, like it is Planet Coaster, so we should see a lot of coasters and coaster-only theme parks. That's going to be the focus of the mission. But then there's probably going to be some that are like water park only, and then there's going to be ones that are mixed. So it's going to be like a, you know, you're going to build a wooden coaster, go-kart, and a bunch of water slides or something. I'm curious to see how they're going to make that work.
I know the community are going to really put together the scenery pieces, the ability to change the color, to change the scale of objects now as well.
Oh yeah, changing the scale of objects.
Yeah, we haven't even spoken about scaling. Yeah.
To come up with so many wonderful creations.
That wasn't something we could do before? I swear it was.
Fan favorite
I guess
rides
not.
and fan favorite coasters. We have such a big suite of rides and coasters.
Looks like they made things way easier though.
This Frenzy Thrill ride, which is going to spin our guests on in a terrifying way, in my opinion.
I wouldn't go on
I think
this
they're
one.
excited.
Really? I wouldn't. I am a roller coaster and water ride guy. Flat rides sometimes. My belly's a bit too old these days. I feel a bit sick. The nausea rating on this one probably be a bit too high for me.
But yeah,
Give me a good roller coaster and I'm all right.
For what it's worth, this is one of my favorite rides in the game. Me too. I would never go on it in real life, but I love the way it looks. I love the way it moves. I'm really excited to add it to Planet Coaster 2.
We've had a look at some of the creative tools come in, and I touched on some of the new management features with the facilities and the new shop earlier, but we've got some new ones.
Oh, the new shop.
Yeah, as part of the water parks, we have water filtration. So you need to make sure that these pools that are being used by our guests stay nice and clean.
Well,
over time.
I guess the new shop is like all poolside amenities. Like maybe people will want to buy a towel. Maybe they'll want to buy.
Busier and
They mentioned sunscreen.
busier, they're going to get dirtier and dirtier.
Obviously, they're going to have to buy ticket. Oh, maybe they buy that all at one place. Like you buy your pool ticket, then you buy your sunscreen and maybe a towel and I don't know, some sunglasses or something. I don't know. Whatever. Very cool. All right, I'm very excited for Planet Coaster 2. We're going to do a little breakdown of this video probably in the future, and it looks like they have more stuff coming. So when they show more of Planet Coaster 2, it's going to be more never-before-seen stuff. I have already seen this footage before today, some of it, maybe about half of it, that they showed us at the beginning of the month. So, but I don't know anything else. And but maybe it has something to do with my trip in the next couple of days. Maybe not. Probably maybe not. I don't know. All right, guys. Anyway, that's going to be it for our little Planet Coaster 2 preview stream. I'm going to take a little break now and live direct you all to a new video on the channel, which is a cool factory builder. Usually we talk about big, massive, like global factories like Factorio or like Satisfactory where you build it across an entire planet. But this one is probably the smallest little factory simulator I have ever seen. So check it out. Link will be in the description, and we'll check out that video now. And then we'll be back with our next stream of building some turrets. We're going to be playing a turret defense game as there's a big old turret defense event going on Steam right now. A lot of free demos and a lot of free cool stuff to play, and also some new games that are on discount. So anyway, I'll see you all in a bit for our next Big O stream. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and I'll be back in just a little tiny little itty bitty bit. Okay, see you in our video.